Midnight. You just broke your 3-day fast eating cold cheese out of the bag.
And right now, you're drafting an apology to God.
Basically, yeah.
That's not conviction, though. That's fear.
Fear of what? Disappointing him? Fear that grace has a limit, and you just found it.
Okay, so walk me through that, because that's not how I was taught to think about this.
Most people fasting right now are working off a rule they never actually read anywhere.
What rule?
That breaking a fast early is a kind of sin. Small, but real.
I mean, that's what it feels like. You committed to something for God and you didn't finish it.
Right, but finish what exactly? Where does the finish line come from?
You pick it. 3 days, 1 day, sundown to sundown.
So the target is man-made.
Yeah, okay.
I see where you're going. If you set the target and God never set it, then missing it isn't disobedience to God. It's disappointing yourself. But it still feels the same. Same guilt, same shame spiral. Because we've trained ourselves to treat a self-imposed goal like a divine command. That's the actual problem here. Not the cheese.
But Jesus does say when you fast, not if. Doesn't that mean there's supposed to be structure to this?
It means he expects you'll do it. It doesn't mean he hands you a rulebook for how.
So what did it actually look like before we turned it into a wellness app?
Grief, mostly. Or crisis. Or urgent repentance.
Like someone's whole village is about to be destroyed, so they fast?
Exactly that kind of moment. Food just stopped mattering because everything else mattered more.
So it wasn't scheduled. Nobody put it on a calendar?
Nobody's checking if your coffee creamer invalidates the fast. That question didn't exist yet.
We invented the question.
We invented the entire audit system. Then we wonder why fasting feels like a compliance test instead of grief turning into prayer.
Okay, so if it's not about the rules, what is it about? What does the Bible actually say makes a fast work?
Isaiah 58. This is the chapter everyone quotes and almost nobody reads past the first line.
What's in it?
Israel's fasting, genuinely fasting. And God says, you're still exploiting your workers. You're still fighting each other.
So the fast didn't work.
God asks them directly, is this really the fast I want? Just an empty stomach?
Well, that's not the answer I expected. I thought this chapter was going to be about doing the fast more correctly.
It's the opposite. It's about how a technically perfect fast can still miss the entire point.
Which is what? Justice? Mercy?
How you treat people. Jesus lands in the same place in Matthew 6. Don't look miserable. Don't perform it. Wash your face. Act normal.
So the version of this we perform for an audience, the look how spiritual I am version,
is the exact version both passages are warning against.
then what's the empty stomach actually for, if it's not the point?
It's a signal. Your body says, I want food. And that's supposed to remind you what you're actually sustained by.
Not the pantry.
Not the pantry.
Wait, does Isaiah 58 actually say what the fast God does want looks like? Or does it just criticize the wrong version?
It does. It gets specific. Loosen the chains of injustice. Share your bread with the hungry. Bring the homeless into your house. So the true fast, biblically, isn't about what you're not eating. It's about what you're doing with everyone else. The stomach was never the metric. It was always supposed to be the people around you. Okay, walk me through an actual week then, not theory. What does grace-based fasting look like day to day? Say you're doing a partial fast. No food till evening. 5 days. Day 1's easy. Day 3, you're exhausted and irritable, and you eat at 2 p.m. instead of 6. And normally, that's the moment you'd call the whole week a failure, right? But ask what actually happened those first 3 days. Did you notice your hunger and turn it toward prayer instead of scrolling? Did you catch yourself being short with someone and choose patience instead?
That's the actual fast, not the clock.
The clock was never graded. The attention was.
What about someone who physically can't fast food at all? Diabetic, pregnant, whatever.
Then food was never going to be the vehicle for them. Fast from something else that actually costs you something. The phone, social media, complaining, comfort. Same purpose, different fuel.
So the win condition isn't, I didn't eat. It's, I paid attention to God instead of my discomfort.
That's it. That's the entire test.
So back to midnight, cold cheese, apology prayer already drafted. What do I actually do with that?
Drop the performance metric. You set the target, not God. Change what you're fasting from if food isn't safe for you. And measure it by peace, not endurance.
So the cheese wasn't the failure.
The cheese was never the test. You're saved by a cross, not your ability to avoid dairy at midnight.